Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
I'm Cash. I'm one of the hosts.
I'm Monica, the other one.
We're missing Nova, but this is Anxious at Bedtime.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
Last week, we told you to not stay out very late on the second night of Yule.
Did you? Were you out late Yuling?
Because we were.
Yeah, we said don't do it. We didn't say we want it. We probably did say we want it, but
I think so. But we ended up going ghost hunting.
I was not kidnapped. I'm still here.
We're pretty sure he was not kidnapped. We did not see Odin or
King Tut.
King Tut. No, or the parade of ghosts.
I didn't see no 8-legged deer or nothing.
Nothing. But we did talk to a ghost. That was pretty cool.
It was pretty alright. Yeah, it was hollering.
We used the Ghost Tube app, and it asked us if it was dead, and then it asked if we could see it.
Yeah, Monica shut it off and panicked.
I did. Because I know you're not supposed to tell ghosts that they're dead, and I didn't know how to respond, so I shut off the app really fast. But then the ghost said it was leaving, so we left too.
Yeah, it gave up on us. I understand.
It got bored.
It's alright. I got bored too. I was like, dude, you're not fucking showing yourself. You keep asking if I could see you, but you're not showing shit.
But yeah, so that was pretty cool. We'll probably go do that again soon. Maybe today, the day that you're listening to this episode. We'll see.
Yeah.
I was mostly looking for permission. Can we go ghost hunting on Christmas?
I don't know.
Before we get into our actual episode, I learned something weird the other day.
What's that? What you learned?
So my mom kept sending me a bunch of Scorpio TikToks. I haven't told you the story yet.
Oh, God.
But a bunch, like back to back. And I was like, this is weird. Why is she sending me a bunch of, what's it called?
Scorpio
Scorpio tarot TikToks for my husband, because you're a Scorpio. And then I realized my mother is a Scorpio. So you're a Scorpio. My mom's a Scorpio. I'm a Gemini. Your mom's a Gemini.
Yeah.
That's weird.
That's odd.
Yeah, that's all to that. I just thought that was really weird.
It is a little weird.
Okay, moving on from that, I think I found my new favorite Christmas tradition. Did you know for centuries, telling ghost stories at Christmas has been a huge tradition in other countries that aren't America?
I did not.
Me either. It's a tradition that's older than written word, like we talked about last week. It's mostly believed that it started because in winter it gets dark sooner, so people weren't able to be outside doing stuff as much.
So they sat around telling stories. I get it.
Yeah. People had to spend a lot more time indoors with nothing to really do, especially before cell phones.
Yeah, they didn't have no TV, no cell phone. See why I said I couldn't be a zombie.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, I couldn't live through the zombie apocalypse. I could be a zombie.
Yeah.
I couldn't live through the apocalypse, though. No
agree.
fucking TV, no nothing. Fuck that.
Modern amenities.
Indubitably.
But yeah, so they had to spend a lot more time inside. So they would make up stories, and those stories, for whatever reason, usually involved ghosts. Then, the Industrial Revolution really made the tradition boom with the invention of the printing press.
Yeah, then you could write ghost stories.
Exactly. Newspapers started printing the ghost stories, and people went nuts for it, especially in Victorian England. With the growth of science and the stress from basically just being alive in that era, people really leaned into ghost stories.
I can believe it.
Yeah. They wanted to understand if ghosts were possible and what it would be like to experience one, as well as lose themselves in the story and forget about what was going on in Britain at the time. At one point, it even became a status thing. There were cheap publications that anybody could get, but also during Christmas time, there were more expensive special edition prints, and women would buy them to set out as coffee table books to show off their wealth.
What dicks?
No, I kind of like it. I mean, not that they're like, look at me, I have so much money. But, like, forget wearing large diamonds and fancy dresses. Covering your house in ghost stories is a much better idea.
Yeah, but the way they did it was like the modern time fucking, turning on cable when somebody comes over. Like, oh yeah, I stream, but I also have this cable that I just play in the background. Okay, you're fancy.
Oh, fancy pants McGee.
Yeah, fuck you.
I don't know. I like it. And I think that would be such a fun conversation starter for if you have guests. Like, oh shit, girl.
What's your husband do for work that you got magazines?
I just meant the ghost part, but I guess, yeah. Whoa.
What?
My phone just unlocked itself.
Oh, your face.
That's weird.
You glanced down at it. I told you it was doing that to me a lot earlier this week. Like, every time I looked at my phone.
It's creepy. Anyway. Yeah, if you want to put out ghost stories and invite us over, let's do it. Probably not. We don't leave the house, but...
No, we leave the house. We just don't go to other people's houses.
In 1843, A Christmas Carol was published, and that had a cult-like following. However, that was only one of Charles Dickens' Christmas ghost stories. He wrote quite a few, and even helped other people write some. He helped with editing and all of that. When popularity of A Christmas Carol really hit a high point, that's when the US finally said, okay, maybe we'll try the ghost thing. And of course, it took off, but nothing else did. Just that story.
Yeah, we tend to lose our focus on shit pretty quickly. We're like, cool, saw that. What's next?
Yeah, kind of.
So that makes sense.
The US really seemed not interested in ghost stories. It's believed that's due to the fear of magic that was running rampant at the time.
That fucker stormed in anyways.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, it did.
Oh, you mean him?
Talking about your cat.
I thought you were talking about magic.
No, I was saying he fucking stormed in anyways. Dude.
Yeah, Kevin pushed his way through the closed door. But yeah, that would make sense to me because of the witch trials and all of that they were like, we don't need ghost stories. What kind of witchery?
What in the don't hang me, please?
Yeah. But even today, the U.S. doesn't lean into the dark, moody magic side of things like European countries do.
It's true.
Yeah. But in our defense, part of that is believed to be due to the fact that we had Irish immigrants, and when they taught Americans about Samhain, Americans were like, oh, cool, that's nice. We'll do that just for fall, but we don't want ghosts year round or like for half the year. So maybe that had something to do with it.
That's fair too. Like, that's really a lot of fucking ghosts, my guy, and it's kind of dragging us down. So we're just going to do that for like, let's call it 31 days.
Yeah.
And probably by like the 20, I don't know, maybe the 12th, we'll get tired of it and start putting out Christmas.
Yeah, pretty much. That's like, I can't believe that. So we're recording this on the 22nd? The 23rd, okay. But we went shopping on the 20th, and the stores were filled with Valentine's Day stuff already.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot. I'm surprised I didn't see graduation.
Yeah, I'm all for being able to buy decorations early, but that was insane.
They forget they're still online where you can always do that shit.
Yeah, exactly. I just wanted to look at Christmas decorations. Anyway, traces of ghosts and Christmas can be found all over. For instance, diaries have been discovered that had passages discussing families sharing ghost stories at Christmas. Like, I didn't write down when it was from, but old-timey diaries. So there's written proof that it really happened. Like, it's really a thing. I just thought that was fun.
It's pretty dope.
Yeah. Also, in the 1963 song, It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year, there's literally a lyric that mentions ghosts. It goes, there will be parties for hosting, marshmallows for toasting, and caroling out in the snow. There will be scary ghost stories and tales of the glories of Christmases long ago. I never, I guess, realized the ghost part.
Yeah.
I've sang the song. I knew the lyrics, but
I've always known it said the ghost part, dude.
I didn't, it didn't register.
Still doesn't make me like the song more.
You sing it all the time.
I can't fucking help it. It's a curse. Maybe that's why there's hidden ghosts in there that force you to sing the shit.
Oh.
Dun dun dun.
That's fun. Then, of course, there's all the stuff we talked about in last week's episode with the wild hunt.
Oh, yeah. The wild hunt.
Mm-hmm. Ghosts have been a part of Christmas since before Christmas was even created, really. And I'm so sad that the storytelling side of things didn't take off in the States. But it's not too late to start it now.
I guess that's what we're doing here, huh?
That's what we're doing here.
Oh, son of a bitch.
So, with that said, today we're going to discuss some scary Christmas stories.
You just fucking had to drag that out to just get there.
Mm-hmm.
God damn it.
Yeah. You're welcome.
I was wondering where we were going. I was like, ooh, what's this story?
So,
A fucking interlude?
as with any good urban legend, the first one we're going to talk about has a billion different variations. So I picked one and then kind of mashed them all together, and we're rolling with that.
So does this mean we're making our own cryptid?
A little bit. I definitely took some creative liberties, so...
Fuck yeah, we're calling it Kashika. Yeah, because it's kind of like Christmas. It's like a holiday thing. Yeah.
Oh, just...
fucking ride around with Odin.
It starts one beautiful December. Snow had just covered the ground in a soft white blanket. Christmas cheer was so strong you could feel it in the air, especially in the small town that the Anderson family lived in. Everywhere they looked, there were carolers, lights, and people dressed as Santa Claus on every corner.
Well, I just think that's weird.
What?
Why were there so many fucking Santa Clauses? That's weird, right?
I'm just trying to paint a picture of Christmas cheer.
Oh, if I went to a fucking town where there's hella Santa Clauses, I'm gonna be fucking mad, dog.
Why?
Why the fuck does there have to be so many Santa Clauses?
Whatever. Moving on. The Andersons were the epitome of a festive family, and they were usually some of the very first people to put up a tree. But this year was different. They had been to every tree lot in their little town, but not a single tree felt like their tree. The ones they had seen were all too tall, too short, too bushy, or not bushy enough. None were just right for the little family of four, and they held out hope that the perfect tree was out there.
You know, it is. It's always out there.
It always is. One day, while doing some Christmas shopping, Tom, the father, overheard someone whispering about a small tree lot outside of town. He couldn't quite make out what was said, but he heard enough to know that there were still some trees that his family hadn't checked out. So he went home, rounded his family up, and off they went to look for the secretive tree lot.
Dun, dun, dun.
They drove around for hours, and just as they had begun to lose hope, there it was. A small tree lot, half hidden by forest, just off the side of the road. Tom parked the car, and his excited family piled out. They started to inspect the trees and realized there wasn't anybody around. Was this an abandoned tree lot? But before they were able to make any decisions on whether they needed to leave or not, an old man appeared out of nowhere.
What's it, Saint Nick? I swear to God.
It was not. He greeted them.
It was another fucking Santa Claus. You said there was like 80-something of them bitches.
No, but now the description with the picture of Santa Claus is funny to me. He greeted them with a creepy, toothless smile.
Crackpot Santa Claus, what's up, dog?
And he told them he had just the tree for such a perfect family and beckoned them to follow him.
Did they fucking do it?
Yes, they did.
That's dope. I'm anxious to see where this is going.
He went to a far back corner of the lot that was shrouded in darkness by the canopy of forest trees that loomed over them. Okay, will you say this in a creepy voice for me?
This tree has been waiting a long time for a family like yours.
The old man said.
I imagine that's what he sounds like. Fucking missing teeth and shit. Little redneck, you know?
Okay, I get that. The Andersons felt uneasy, and Amelia, the mother, was filled with dread when she looked at the tree, but she attributed it to hearing the old man's raspy voice again. They inspected the tree, and it was perfect. It had sturdy, properly spaced out branches, perfect for holding ornaments. That was a weird lispy.
Ornaments, huh? Follow me now, see? That's how he lured them, and they're like, what'd you say? Come on. Get on over here.
It was tall enough to fill their living room without scraping the ceiling. The top of it was thick enough to easily support any tree topper. As they looked at the luscious green tree, they realized this was it. This was the perfect tree that they had spent so long looking for. The Andersons loaded up the tree and rushed home so they could finally decorate their long-awaited tree. The word tree has lost all meaning. As they decorated, Amelia still couldn't shake the uneasy feeling she got earlier.
I would have gotten an uneasy feeling from the fucking toothless Santa Claus, too.
See, that's why she thought it was just from that guy, so, it's fine. I would have too.
He gave him a fucking cursed tree.
Long after everyone else went to bed, she sat in the living room as she sipped her hot cocoa and stared at the tree. It looked beautiful, covered in ornaments and lights, but it had a weird energy. That was when she noticed there were weird carvings on the trunk of the tree. They almost looked like symbols, but nothing like Amelia had seen before. She figured she was just tired and was imagining things, so she headed upstairs and went to bed. The next morning, the family came downstairs for breakfast, and on the kitchen floor there was an ornament. That was weird, but as we all know, sometimes ornaments fall off the tree, so Amelia picked it up and took it to the tree.
Especially if you got fucking cats.
Especially if you got cats. And in some versions, they did have different pets, so, When she placed it back on the tree, she realized something was off. She stepped back, and she could have sworn that the ornaments were moved. Why would someone rearrange the ornaments?
The tree didn't like where they were placed. It was like, bitch, this is not where this goes.
I kind of wish our tree would do that. Like, help us out.
Only if it fucking made sense. Imagine it was a terrible decorator. Hell
No.
Hell no, dude.
It's like when people talk about the ghosts that do laundry and stuff. I would love that.
I'd love that in theory. In reality, you'd freak the fuck out.
Yeah. I just stay downstairs while it does laundry.
You halfway freak out when I fucking do laundry.
Back to the story. The longer she stared, the more she realized the ornaments formed the symbols that she'd seen on the trunk the night before. Now she was sure she was seeing things. Ooh, that's a lot of shh.
Now she was sure she was seeing things.
Yeah, you feel it? And the family went on with their day.
Imagine being that raspy old fucking Santa Claus missing half his teeth.
Say it.
Now she was sure she was seeing things.
Oh, man. Sorry about that, but I'm not cutting it, so. That night, when the family returned home from a day of holiday shenanigans, they were shocked with a heartbreaking scene as they entered the house. Every single ornament on the tree had been removed. They scattered the floor, some were even shattered. As the parents cleaned up the mess, the children started to hear a faint whispering. Do you want to whisper?
My wife would think that we had a fucking ghost and beat the dog shit out of me with the tree.
That's not what I meant by whispering, but I'll take it.
All right.
At first, they blamed each other, but they quickly realized the whispers were coming from the tree. They tried to tell their parents, but they didn't listen, until they were forced to listen, because the whispers grew increasingly louder with each passing minute. That was shortly followed by a horrid stench that emitted from the tree.
The tree fucking farted, dude? That's gross.
It smelled like something was decaying. Unsure of what to do, everyone went to bed.
Oh, it shat.
It might have shat. While the family slept, Amelia stayed up and tried to find out what was happening. First, she looked up the tree lot and she couldn't find any evidence of its existence online. Then she looked up the forest that it was in, and that's when she found something that terrified her to her core.
Dun dun dun. What's that?
The forest where the tree lot was used to be home to a cult. Not a fun cult like our podcast, but a dark cult. The human sacrifice kind.
Wicked.
The forest was home to that cult for hundreds of years, until one day the cult's leader mysteriously vanished, never to be seen again.
Fucking government.
Rumors swirled, but the biggest rumor was that the cult leader tied his soul to the land so that he could live forever in the trees, and that at Christmas he could turn unsuspecting families into human sacrifices in order to continue to keep his soul alive.
That's a diabolical fucking plan.
Lucky for Amelia, she found one lone comment on an urban legend blog post
Shout out Reddit.
that explained how to save your family if you ever brought home a cult leader possessed tree.
I'm sure that shit's everywhere to find for the public.
The family would need to do a specific ritual before midnight on Christmas Eve. Then all of a sudden, there was a loud bang downstairs. Sound effects.
Bang.
That was quickly followed by more whispers.
Hey, that was a shitty bang.
This time,
You don't fucking tell me. You just said bang, so I banged. Still was shitty.
the whisper sounded like chanting.
Still was shitty. Still was shitty.
Amelia looked at the time. It was 11:52 p.m. Did I mention it was Christmas Eve?
No.
It was. She quickly woke her family up, knowing she had mere minutes to save them from the cult leader.
Hey, wake up, fuckers. We gotta chant too.
She took everyone downstairs and told them to hold hands around the Christmas tree.
Hold fucking hands. Stop being weird. We gotta save ourselves, assholes.
It's the tree that whispers, not the family.
Oh, yeah.
Then she started to chant what she read in the comment, as well as she could remember it. As soon as she finished her chant, the tree erupted into flames, but the flames weren't hot, and they left behind no ashes. After the tree had fully disappeared, one of the children turned to Amelia and asked, "Is that the end? Are we safe?" Unfortunately, all Amelia could respond with was, "I hope so." But she knew deep down that somewhere out there in the woods, the cult leader's spirit returned, and a new tree would start to grow, waiting for a new family to come by it.
I bet that kid actually said, "Is that it?" Like, that's it? All this, you fucking woke me up and that's it?
The tree caught fire and disappeared. What else do you want?
She's like, yeah, hopefully, dude.
In one version, they just take the tree out to the yard and catch it on fire.
Yeah, fucking try to burn it.
So, do you think there could be haunted Christmas trees?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
You know all those people that never have a good Christmas? I wonder if they always have trees.
Oh.
And I wonder if it's the same reusable one or they get it from the same lot, you know?
I wonder. But so, for example, what if a tree comes from somewhere that had something bad happen there? For some reason, my first thought was Gettysburg. That land. Hear me out.
What in the Wild West?
That land saw some horrific things and so many deaths, okay? And Gettysburg is famously haunted. So, let's say one day someone opens a tree lot there. Could the trees emit residual energy? Or do you think a spirit could attach itself to the tree like they attach to anything else?
I don't know. That cult leader seemed to work pretty fucking hard to do it. So I don't know if all these people had the information. More commonly, maybe, but now trees are protected. So they're like, you can't cut that shit down. And that person's like, fuck, dude, I'm stuck here.
There you go.
Dumb.
But how scary would that be? A haunted Christmas tree?
Yeah, I'm on the same page as burn it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else are you going to do with it, you know?
Drive down the freeway as fast as you can, hanging it out the window.
Hope the ghost falls off.
Fuck, no, you shake all the pine needles out. What the fuck? Think I'm airing it out? What the hell?
Maybe, I don't know. I think it would be so freaky because it's not something you ever expect to be sinister in any way. Like how scary movies always use haunted children's toys or dolls to scare the audience. There's an innocence to those items that makes the item being used for something scary even scarier than, say, a haunted chainsaw.
That's true because it doesn't have a matter of innocence, like especially a Christmas tree.
Yeah. Next up, we have the Mistletoe Bride. This story takes place on a cold winter night. The air was frigid, but it was a joyous occasion. Two families had gathered at a stunning mansion for a Christmas Eve wedding. The mansion was decorated head to toe in mistletoe as a festive way to symbolize love and romance for the wedding.
Wow, how romantic.
I know.
Except for I know about mistletoe.
Oh, yeah. Ooh. It was a beautiful wedding, and the bride seemed happy beyond words. As the night went on and the festivities started waning, someone suggested a game of hide and seek, where only the bride hides and whoever finds her gets a kiss for a prize.
Not from the fucking bride, right?
From the bride. But yeah, apparently everyone thought this sounded wonderful for a new bride. So the bride looked for a hiding spot.
I mean, I'd have been fucking mad.
Me too.
I'm like, the fuck are you thinking?
That's like, Did I ever tell you about that time in high school when everyone was like, let's play spin the bottle? And I was like, we're all literally in relationships. No.
Man, that's weird.
Yeah. But to be fair, like 2 weeks later, I found out the girl that suggested it was sleeping with my boyfriend. So.
Yeah. Man, weird timing, huh?
Yeah, imagine that. Anyway, like I said, this took place in a giant mansion, and there were tons of nooks and crannies, but the bride kept looking until she found the best hiding spot possible. That hiding spot was a large wooden chest. Surely no one would think to look in the chest, especially since she was still in her wedding gown. Why would anyone think that she crawled in there in a full dress, you know?
Yeah, I want to think.
Little side chat real fast. That kind of makes me feel like if she looked so hard for a good hiding spot, she didn't want to kiss anyone.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. She climbed in and closed the lid, but she realized too late that the chest latches when it's closed.
Well, now she wants found.
Yeah. But she thought, oh well, people are actively looking for her, and sure, she chose the chest because she thought people wouldn't look there, but they also wouldn't give up until she was found. Her groom would keep looking and find her, right?
One would think.
Wrong.
One, and not all, would think.
The whole wedding party searched and searched and searched. The game went from cheerful wedding fun to a full-blown panic. But still, no one found the bride. Eventually, they stopped looking.
So did they find her like when they moved and they were like, let's use this to pack?
That's up next. Hold on. Then one day, years later, someone was looking for something and opened the chest, and there she was. The bride, nothing but bones and rotted flesh, still in her wedding dress with a mistletoe bouquet clutched in her hands. The end.
Sounds pretty rude.
Yeah.
They fucking gave up, dude.
Yeah.
Maybe her potential suitor was like, this bitch was really gonna kiss all these dudes. Huh. I'm not looking very hard.
I don't think she was supposed to kiss all the dudes. I think it was just one. And in most of the versions, it was the groom's idea.
Never said he was a great guy. Obviously, he didn't fucking look for his future wife.
Yeah.
He gave up. He was like, I don't know, fucking find me somebody else then. It's been like 20 minutes. She's not coming out.
Do you think maybe he thought she ran off?
Well, yeah, if he tried to proposition her, maybe.
Yeah.
He felt guilty. He's like, ah, fuck, she got away.
No.
Yeah, that was dumb. All right.
That's sad. Oof. Now, I have heard non-Christmas variations of this before, but I learned today this is actually another popular Christmas story in England. Like, it's one of the most often shared ones.
Do we have any listeners over, like, in the UK at all that can confirm or deny if they've heard that shit?
Yeah, let us know. It's a terribly tragic story and not holly jolly at all, but it is a good story and a cautionary tale. Don't go crawling inside trunks, please.
I got thrown in one at once at a haunted house.
It was a freezer.
It was a trunk freezer.
At the type of haunted house that you pay to get into, not a haunted house.
It was full contact. And
Yeah.
they fucking threw me in a freezer. I'm an asshole. That's why they did it.
Because you were laughing, I know. I wasn't there. I was too chicken shit to go in.
Can confirm.
The Mistletoe Bride is considered an urban legend, but there is also a belief that it's based off of the disappearance of a bride in the early 1800s. The mansion the story takes place in is believed to be Bramshill House in Hampshire. Hampshire?
Hampshire? Ham something.
I'm rolling with Hampshire.
I can't say Worcestershire either.
Me either. Wash your sister sauce.
No.
But it's believed to
It's
be
wash your ass in the shower.
the Bramshill House in Hampshire, England. And the groom was Lord Lavelle. Gosh.
Oh, I thought you said Lord Waffle.
No. It is said that every year around Christmas, the bride's ghost can be seen wandering the house, still in her wedding dress to this day.
This is gonna sound fucked up. Does she sleep in the little chest?
Oof, I don't know. I think the first question you would have to answer is, do ghosts sleep?
If I was a ghost, I would. I told you I like that shit.
Yeah, I get that. But yeah, I don't know, maybe. Do you think if anyone ever opens the chest, she's like, boo!
She's like, fuck. And they're like, what was that? What? Fuck.
She just reaches
Why did
up.
it whisper fuck? Watch, close it. Now open it. Fuck.
Fuck.
Do it again. Open it. Fuck. It keeps doing it.
Oh. She's like a shy ghost, and so anytime somebody opens it, you just see a hand come up and pull it down.
Like that one time I was trying to get some more bread. She just fucking pulls the shit.
Yeah. So we were at this nice Italian restaurant, and there was a plate of bread, you know, like any other
Free
restaurant.
shit in the middle of the fucking table?
The free bread.
It was already on our table. We were eating. Like, we already had our main course. It was the rest of the bread. I was eating the shit.
There was a decently large group of us, like 6, and we're all chatting and stuff. The restaurant wasn't anywhere near closing, but we're all chatting, having conversation, finishing our drinks, and Cash went to reach and grab another piece of bread, and the waitress pulled the plate away from his hand.
Yeah, she half-assed slapped the top of my hand to fucking make sure I didn't grab it.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck do you mean?
But the tiramisu was 10 out of 10. I would return. That was a wild time.
It was.
So, there's some scary fart. What?
There's scary farts that come from trees. I heard that earlier. You're not wrong.
There's some scary stories for you to start the tradition in your home. Let us know if you've heard them before, or if there are any others that you know. We would love to hear them, and please tell us if your Christmas tree farts.
Yeah, tell her. She really wants to know.
No, if your tree's whispering at you, we do want to know. And record
Oh, yeah,
that.
I need to know if that shit's whispering, though.
Yeah.
If it's whispering sweet nothings, I want to know that shit, too. If your tree's trying to holler, dog, I need to know.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be weird. You know what? I did read a smut book earlier this year that was about a door. So I'm willing to bet there's one that's about a Christmas tree.
Oh, there has to be.
There has to be.
There's probably a fucking orgy book about multiple Christmas trees and the ornaments. There's some kind of smut.
I just would like to know if it's based off a true story. And if your tree is whispering in your ear, you can, if you want, you can anonymously tell us. And we'll read the story on the pod.
You want to reiterate that and say, you will read the story on the pod.
I'll read the story on the pod.
And I'll react.
Merry Christmas, happy holidays, and we will talk to you later.
Happy holidays, you guys. The world may be a scary place with farting trees that are actually dudes. Fucking weirdo. Or getting locked in a trunk, and, you know, it's better than kissing a bunch of dudes. For me, at least. But the wandering around forever, hopefully it's a cool place.
At least she gets out on Christmas. That's nice.
She probably gets out on Christmas.
Yeah.
And we're probably fine.
We're probably fine.
Good night.
Sleep tight.